Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today's problem is assume right-handedness dominates over the left-handedness in humans and that brown eyes are dominant over blue. A right-handed blue-eyed man marries a right-handed brown-eyed woman. One of the two children is right-handed blue-eyed while the other is left-handed and brown-eyed. The man marries again, and this time the woman is right-handed and brown-eyed. They have 10 children, all right-handed and brown-eyed. What are the genotypes of the husband and two wives? As usual, I recommend you to pause video here, try to solve this problem on your own first, and when you would be ready you can run video again and you can compare your answer with my answer and explanation. Let's first of all agree about notation. For example, we have two traits. One is right-left-handedness, another is color of the eyes. So let's R would stand for the right-handedness. So right-handedness is dominant trait. So dominant allele R would stand for this trait. And in diploid organism, dominant and recessive alleles can make three genotypes. The first one would be capital R, capital R, capital R, and small r, and small r, and small r genotypes. And these two genotypes would make one phenotype, which means right-handedness, and homozygous recessive genotype would make another phenotype, which means left-handedness. And as for the second trait, color of the eyes, once again, let's agree that dominant allele would be B, capital B, and in diploid organism, dominant and recessive allele B can make also three genotypes. The first one would be capital B, the second one capital B, small b, and the last one small b, small b. So homozygous dominant and heterozygous genotype would make one phenotype, and this is going to be brown eyes, and homozygous recessive genotype would make another phenotype, that is blue eyes. Now we can solve this problem using this notation. According to our problem, we have a male who married two women. So this would be one marriage, and this is going to be second marriage. What we know about genotype and phenotype of this male, according to our problem, this male is right-handed, so let me underline this, right-handed, and that means that he belongs to one of these genotypes. We are not for sure which one, so let's put capital R and blank space here. This can be another dominant allele or recessive allele. Both these genotypes would make one phenotype, which is right-handedness. And we know that this male also blue-eyed. So we instantly know that he belongs to this genotype. We know that for the second trait he is homozygous recessive. We know that this male in a first marriage, so let this be the first marriage, he married a right-handed and brown-eyed woman, so she is right-handed, so her genotype can be capital R and blank space, because second letter can be small r or capital R. Both these genotypes would mean right-handedness. So his first spouse is right-handed and has brown eyes. So once again, her genotype for the second trait would be capital B and blank space, because it can be small b or capital B. for these genotypes would make the same brown eyes phenotype. So we also know that in this marriage, this couple has two children. One of the two children is right-handed, so got dominant allele from father side and dominant R allele from the mother side, or vice versa. He can get, for example, recessive allele from mother side and dominant allele from father side. So different variants are possible. This information still doesn't give us additional information about genotypes of the parents, but we can see that this child who is right-handed has blue eyes. We know that father has blue eyes, but mother has brown eyes, and the only variant that the children may have blue eyes would be if mother would be heterozygous for this trait. So one recessive allele the child can get from their father, and another recessive allele in order to have blue eyes the child have to get from mother side. So now we know for sure the genotype for the trait of the color of the eyes for both parents, for this male and female of the first marriage. And we also told that while the other is left-handed, and we see that father is right-handed, mother is right-handed, that means that both of them have to give to the second child recessive allele R, because a child can be left-handed only if two alleles are recessive. So now we know genotype of the father and genotype of the mother in the first marriage. And by the way, I forgot to mention that this problem is totally fictional. There is no one gene, one trait that control right and left-handedness or the color of the eyes. These traits under the control of many genes and also can be environmentally influenced, so multifactorial traits. So the purpose of this video is just to teach you how to analyze genetics problems, so you would be able to solve real life problems because principles would be basically the same. So next we know that man marries again, so this is going to be a second marriage. And what we know about his spouse, this time woman is right-handed and brown-eyed. So this gives us information that at least one allele have to be dominant, another one we don't know yet. It can be capital R or small r allele, and she is brown-eyed, so that means that at least one allele have to be dominant. And the second one we don't know, maybe it is recessive allele or dominant allele. Let's try to determine the genotype of this female by analyzing genotypes and phenotypes, probable genotypes and phenotypes in their children. So we are told that they have, this couple, 10 children, all right-handed and brown-eyed. So if this female would be heterozygous for right-handedness, out of 10 children we expect that quarter, about 2 or 3 children, to be left-handed if this female would have a recessive allele. So most likely she is homozygous dominant, so capital R, capital R. And also we know that all the children are brown-eyed. We know that genotype of the father is small b, so if this female would have small b or recessive allele here, as you see, we expect that 50% of the progeny, so if you can make Punnett square in your mind, you can find that 50% of the children would be heterozygous and would have brown eyes, and if this female is heterozygous and we cross with homozygous recessive, that another 50% would have blue eyes. But we see that all 10 children are brown-eyed. So this gives us information that most likely this female is homozygous dominant. So now we have all the genotypes for all three parents. Spouse female in second marriage. Here is the genotype of the female in the first marriage, and here is the genotype of the male. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. Share this video with your classmates, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.